Welcome to our future humans who are in the 5D collective. Let's start with some short messages. As I told you yesterday in our episode, we have a very, very beautiful, I don't even know how many years ahead of us. I'm 45, however old you are, if you're in the 5D collective. That's not a special group, but it is a group of people who know how to use their heart and their gut and their brain. And that alignment is really amazing. So tune in later for extended episodes. In the meantime, as Sadhguru points out, there is nothing in existence that is not spiritual. Everything is spiritual but unrealized. Well, not everyone or everything. Actually, the 5D collective are very realized as functional child adults, which is why we know who are brilliant, smart people. And they do know everything about themselves. And then because they work with their personality patterns, temperament, and they're securely attached and non-traumatized, we get to live a very healthy, smart life. So when you meet the people who like all those movies, the yucky games, the yucky, it's because their dopamine hit is really unfortunate business. So when it comes to unhealthy fear, it's not monsters, Lucifers. It's called immature people. I met them when I was a teenager, but teenager people are actually adolescent essence, essential spark, social engagement, novelty, creative expression, which is where I can totally relate to being an immature teenager. I wasn't as dramatic as my teenage girlfriends. I didn't become viciously mean towards the boys. And that's because, well, my teenage boyfriend, you all know about the cowards. Yes, so while cowards are to this day people who could use Patrick Cham, they don't go. And they give people crap, the ones who are healing their trauma. And so I don't give anybody crap because I say, a true warrior maintains their health because they're wise here on two sides of the brain. And a true anything will have the capacity to wield their thoughts and their emotions with intelligence, not suffering. And when I hear the suffering bit, I just think of those vicious teenage girls and boys, and then the young adults who fucked and were miserable in the fraternities and sororities and all this disgusting shit that really has nothing to do with Elvis or the sex revolution or polyamory community, but everything to do with people who ignore the fact that their subconscious is not aligned with their conscious. So when you tell someone structural dissociation is something that means you're reliving your your non-metabolized trauma time, and they say, no, I'm consciously knowing what I'm doing, and you try to explain it again, look, technical verbiage. I'm attachment trauma educated, and I wasn't trying to be offensive. I was trying to explain to you something called you're not yet your adult version, but hey, you don't have to listen to me. Continue talking about how suffering life is the norm. I'm going to continue talking about how I don't suffer life, and that people who don't know how to use their subconscious conscious are not true anythings, because you can't be an actual warrior if you don't know how to watch your fucking back without assuming that neutrality means I'm hiding something. So when somebody is always out to get you, yeah, that's called survival mode, which is why I love that the scientists made me even more aware of what I already knew as a kid. You can't lie. You wear your heart on your sleeve. No, it's on your face. So when you meet another nervous system and they're insecure, and you grow up and you're a 45.0 version, and then you get to 40, it's like, okay. So I'm calling the 5D collective to IHP and more, because that's the masses that we are. Oh, we're protected by all the shit that's going to hit the fan because, well, we are also grounded in reality, so we don't really have shit hit the fan because we're not drama kings or queens or living on pseudo-aliveness with our attachment issues. And people who like to talk about their maladaptive patterns of behavior, inner and outer critic, as the badass smart brains, no, because you assume things with the past and you don't know how to look to the future without any kind of assumption based on the past. So you're not using the data effectively. Drinking, drugging, fucking, you're going to get just unhealthier by the minute. And distress, unhealthy. So true warriors would want to take care of their health. True anything would be knowledgeable and smart enough to maintain alignment with all that will expand them. And we'll be back with more messages. In the meantime, be yourself authentically, transparently, emotionally intelligent, mentally intelligent, physically intelligent. Come on over, 5D mystics, spiritual, mindful, living, loving people. It's really fun to be ourselves and leave a legacy behind that the kids can look up to, at least learn from some of us, and then continue to have the low bar, the mediocre ones to look at when they're watching movies and anything that ends with shame, because apparently they just don't want to get rid of it. No, because apparently if I turn my fucking back and your confidence is eroded, that makes you think that you're a member of society. Member of society wants to leave society better off than it was yesterday. So not in the caves. We're going into the future. I know people don't like it, but oh my gosh, Really, I never thought that there would be so many delusional human beings out there, but now that I know, it's okay. Their 0 to 8-year-old is having a fun time, and 4D, 3D leaders can keep on having fun with each other, and we're not going to be joining them in that way. Pinocchio, how's Peter Pan? How's the Lost Boys? How's your island? You doing great. Are you getting caught by that one dude on the cart and you didn't notice you're going to turn into donkeys because the dark side of neuroplasticity and, inner outer critic, fucking drinking, drugging? I'm just saying, like, it's a no-brainer. Have a good one.